Manchester United fans, let's be honest here, this is not the Manchester United we grew up watching. This is not the Manchester United that struck fear into opponents. Under Ruben Amorim, this team has completely lost its identity. 8 wins in 31 games. Just let that sink in. This is Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in world football, reduced to winning only 8 games under their new manager. And before anyone says I'm being harsh, I'm not. These are the facts. Today, I want to break down exactly where the problems are coming from. There are 5 major mistakes Ruben Amorim has made at Manchester United, and unless he fixes them, this club will keep sliding further down into mediocrity. So stick with me, because I'm going to go deep into each one. And before we begin, kindly drop a like on this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you never miss the real truth about Manchester United. Now, let's get into it. Mistake number 1, playing players out of position. This is Amorim's biggest flaw, and it's destroying the confidence of our players. A manager's first responsibility is to put players in positions where they can succeed. But under Amorim, everyone looks worse than they actually are. Take Bruno Fernandes as an example. He is not a deep-lying midfielder. His qualities are creativity, risk-taking, and chance creation. Yet Amorim insists on playing him deeper, asking him to track runners and control the tempo. That's not Bruno. That's never been Bruno. And when you misuse your captain and your most influential player, what do you expect? Then let's talk about Amad Diallo. Remember how good Amad looked before Amorim arrived? Full of energy, creativity, and spark. Now? He looks clueless. Against City yesterday, Amorim played him in the left number 10 role where he had no freedom, no space, no confidence. Instead of shining, Amad looked lost. This is the pattern. Players who used to shine are now struggling. It's not just Bruno, it's not just Amad, it's almost everyone. The system is exposing their weaknesses instead of amplifying their strengths. And if your best players look average, what chance do you have as a team? Mistake number 2, not buying a midfielder. Amorim knew this. He knew his system required 2 strong double sixes, players who are physically dominant, press-resistant, and can carry the ball forward. And what did he do? He ignored the problem. He spent money on attackers instead. Now look at us. Bruno is being forced into roles he cannot play, Mainu is being overworked, and the midfield collapses at the first sign of pressure. Every top coach knows the importance of a solid midfield. Even Sir Alex built his greatest teams around midfield generals. Imagine if Amorim had gone for someone like Carlos Baleba or Adam Wharton to partner Mainu. Suddenly, United would have had a midfield with balance, creativity, and defensive solidity. Instead, the heart of the team is weak. And when your midfield is weak, you can't win battles, you can't control games, and you can't protect your defense. This failure is on Amorim. Mistake number 3, a complete lack of flexibility. If I had to sum up Amorim in one word, it would be predictable. Every team in the league knows what United are going to do. The same formation. The same tactics. The same approach. No surprises. Do you realize how dangerous that is? Even the so-called smaller teams come into games against United with belief now, because they know exactly how we're going to line up. That's why results against weaker teams look just as bad as against the big boys. Flexibility is the mark of a top coach. Look at Pep Guardiola, he changes his approach depending on the opponent. Look at Sir Alex Ferguson, he would tweak his tactics to get the job done. Even Antonio Conte, when he won the league with Chelsea, didn't stubbornly stick to one system. He adjusted, he improvised, he adapted. Amorim? He plays 3-4-3 against everyone, Arsenal, Liverpool, Burnley, even Grimsby Town. That's not tactical genius, that's tactical stubbornness. And it's killing us. Mistake number 4, not starting his signings. This one makes absolutely no sense to me. Why spend money on players if you're not going to play them? Benjamin Sesko was brought in to add firepower to United's attack. He was supposed to be the solution. But instead of giving him starts, giving him confidence, and letting him adapt, Amorim left him on the bench. Meanwhile, Cunha was run into the ground until he picked up an injury. That's just poor man management. Contrast this with Pep. When he signed Donnarumma, he didn't waste time. He threw him straight into the team. Now, Donnarumma is full of confidence and looks like he's been at City for years. That's what good coaches do, they trust their players and back their signings. At United, players are bought and then immediately sidelined. That kills confidence, kills morale, and wastes talent. And it's yet another example of how Amorim is holding this squad back. Mistake number 5, stubbornly sticking to 3-4-3. And finally, the biggest problem of all, Amorim's obsession with this formation. Only one coach in the Premier League has won the league with 3-4-3 formation. Look, the 3-4-3 can work. We've seen it before. But it only works if you have the right players. Antonio Conte at Chelsea is the perfect example. He didn't even start the season with 3-4-3. He tried 4-3-3, it failed, and mid-game against Arsenal he switched to 3-4-3. But Conte had the personnel. He had Kanté shielding the defense, Matic controlling the midfield, and wing-backs like Marcos Alonso and Victor Moses who could dominate both sides of the pitch. That's why it worked for Conte. But Amorim doesn't have those players. He doesn't have a Kanté. He doesn't have dominant wing-backs. He doesn't have midfielders who fit this system. Yet he insists on forcing it, not because it's right for United, but because it's his philosophy. And that, my friends, is not coaching. That's ego. Coaching is about adapting to your players, not making your players adapt to you at all costs. Until these problems are addressed, United will not improve. The results will remain poor, the performances will remain flat, and the confidence of our players will keep disappearing. The question now is simple: will Ruben Amorim swallow his pride and make changes? Or will he drag Manchester United further down just to protect his philosophy? I want to hear what you think. Do you agree with these 5 points? Or do you think the players are more to blame? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, smash that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, and subscribe for more hard-hitting truths about Manchester United. Because this club deserves better. And right now, under Amorim, we are far from it.